by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for WWE 2K25. I held off because I had 2K24 and I held off for ages before I bought this. It was down to 20 quid, and I've like suspect that it's going to be free towards the new year and stuff like that. So I'll be gutted if it is because I've just paid 20 quid for it. But still, I thought I'd wait till it come down in price before I splashed out on it because it was way overpriced. There is one couple, or I would say there's one new mode, and it's called the Island. But I've got some footage on that later on. But yeah, it's the same game basically. You've got like basically the same roster. There's a couple of new people in it, and there's a couple of legends in it, which I like because I'm all about the old school legends. So I like that. Like Jake the Snake Robertson, that's in it, and there's like people in there who Mr. Perfect's in it, Iron Sheik. You know, these are all proper characters instead of having to be like character creations. But the buttons have basically stayed the same. I think you can throw weapons and stuff now. That's what's different. And there's more interaction. There's a lot more matches as well, I've noticed. There's like the coffin match is back, the ambulance match is back. You get war games. You know, like there's a few different match types. So it's got a decent roster. I mean, there's far too many new people in it for my liking, but there's always the character creations if you do want to, you know, splash out and just change the whole roster. Because that's all I do. I just create my own universe and I just have it all like 80s and early 90s stuff. But in terms of like one person playability, if you don't want to play against other people online, which I heard the servers are crap and you know the matchups are like few and far between, that kind of thing. But that's probably just because it's going for a while and it's near the end of its life now because there'll be a new wrestling game coming out soon. They do bring them out every year. So the DLCs are there. It's a shame because they've got some good like retro wrestlers in the DLC packs, and a lot of the character creations you do need certain DLC packs in order to get like some of the characters that I wanted. So if they're still on discount, I might buy one just so I can get what I want. But for the most part, you can just grind the game and you can basically unlock mostly anything. There's only certain things that you don't get, but that's just because they want you to pay the money. You can have mixed matches again. I know you could on the other one, but you can on this one as well. But like I said, there's nothing really new to it. The showcase mode is like about Rikishi's family and like Rocky Manvea, who's like The Rock's name before he changed it, and then it's like his dad. He's in it as one of the characters. But in the showcase mode, there's like it's about like Rikishi and Yokozuna and the Islanders. I think it was, or was it the Headbangers or something? I can't remember the name, but it takes you through all the different ages of that family line, becoming the tribal chief and all the rest of it. So it's like an interesting storyline. They've never done that before, because I think last year's was all about John Cena, and the year before was Rey Mysterio. The year before that, I think it was the Ultimate Warrior, and then you know I think it was like Stone Cold before that. So they have kept changing it. So it's not too bad. You get to play in some like retro places. Like this is footage from the Island, that new mode. It's basically you create a character. I've made mine look like Texas Tornado, or try to anyway. With like the limited options you've got in the creation suite, you don't get everything unlocked, so you have to. There's only a couple of things you can choose. So I made the best I could, and it's basically just like a role-playing game where you're like a wrestler created, and then you're running around like this amusement park, and you've got to like all the wrestlers have got their own different stores and shops selling like wrestling gear or face paint or something like that. And then you've got to go around and talk to the different wrestlers, the set matches for you. It's like basically you enter in a tournament to find out who is the main tribal chief of that bloodline that I've told you about before, like Yokozuna and Rikishi and all those, Roman Reigns and the Uso brothers and all those fucking like tag teams. They're all from the same family. So it's about them. So this island thing is basically where you're trying to become, like you start from nothing and you try and become the main tribal leader by presumably beating Roman Reigns in some main event after you've done like shit like this for ages. I think I've got some footage of us running around as well, so you can see what it means. But what's annoying is I don't think there's a map. I mean, I couldn't find the map. And it's saying like go to this certain place. Our truth is waiting outside. He wants to talk to you, but there's no indication on where he actually is. So you've got to spend ages just running around because you can hold L2 and run, and you don't use any stamina, so you never get knackered. So you can just keep running around, and you've just got to search for him. But there's no like arrow, pointer, indicator in any way. So that's a bit frustrating. I wish they would change that, or at least have a map. Even if it's in the style of like an amusement park style map, where it just says you are here, and then you've just got to work out where to go from where you are. But it doesn't have anything, so I found that a bit shit. The moves, there's a couple of new moves that they've added. You know, like when you're picking moves in the creation suite, you can just press R1 and flick along, and it'll tell you like all the new moves in that category will be new. You know, where it's like running, standing in front, where they're lying down in the corner, on the ropes, whatever. And then you just see the new moves. And so there's some quite good ones. And so when you're creating your character, you can just have a load of new moves in there if you want to see any moves you've not seen before. Like I said, there's weapons, there's ladder matches, there's extreme rules, there's backstreet brawls. Also, there's a new mode. I forgot what it's called now. I don't think it's backstreet brawls. It's similar, but the only way to win is to knock your opponent out or make them submit, I think. It's like sort of kind of like a UFC kind of deal, but I forgot what it's called now. It's like Battle Arena or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but there's that mode. There's the GM mode, which I never touched because it's boring. That you just, you know, trying to arrange matches, stay within the budget, keep wrestling contracts going, pick up new talent and stuff like that. You're basically just the manager. I think you can play the matches as well, but mostly you're just simulating to see what happens, and then you see if you've won or not, and you're just building up the pay-per-views and stuff like that. I mean, I can see why they made it a mode for people to play, because maybe there's people out there who enjoy doing that shit. But for me, it's boring. It's just options, like the whole game, the whole mode is just flipping through the options. It's shit. So I don't bother with that. The universe mode, like I said, I love that. I customise that. There's my faction, which is basically you get given set of cards, you win a couple of matches, earn some currency, buy more cards, add them to your team, and then you just keep getting different matches. There's weekly towers to do. You can do faction wars, which is basically the same thing, where you just pick a team of people, you make your way along, and you earn cards as you go by winning and picking prizes. And then there's, what else is there? There's the normal exhibition mode, obviously. There's My Rise, that's another thing. I haven't played that yet, but I've seen that it's, I think you can be a man or a woman, and then you do two different storylines about being a nobody, coming up from scratch to becoming like champion, that kind of thing. So I love that. And this is the creation suite. As you can see, I like all the old retro stuff like Demolition Kamala there. You got Hacksaw Jim Duggan at the bottom, Greg Valentine. But do you see how it's got that triangle on it? That means I couldn't download it. So when I pressed it, it says you need to have them two things unlocked. in the unlockables, like the purchasables, that's what they're called. And the way you earn money for that is by doing the universe mode. So it's always worth just setting up a universe mode and just grinding a couple of matches. But what I got pissed off about, because this is my universe mode here, where I've got Hogan fighting George Animal Steel, and to see how it's like a 5-star match. Well, the 5-star match, because that's when you get the most points, and once I had one, I got like something like 225 points or something like that. When in the old game you'd get like about 1,000 or like 600, 800, something like that. So you'd get a lot there. Look, 225, greatest match of all time. So they've took those prizes down because, like I said, it used to be at least 1,000, and each retro character costs 1,000. So you need to like have loads, but because you're only getting 225 for a 5-star match, it means you've got to grind it like fuck in order to earn the. So that's one thing I don't like. Or you can pay real world money and just unlock everything straight away. This is what I was talking about. So there's normal tag team, there's extreme rules. There, the one on the top left. I can't see. I'm too far away from me telly. What's it say? Underground, that's it. It's the underground fighting, where it's like no rules, and you've just got to either knock them out or make them submit to win. You got your table, your ladder matches, steel cage, elimination chamber, your gauntlet eliminators. The gauntlets are quite good. It's like basically it's like a small King of the Ring kind of thing. You just keep fighting until you get like pinned yourself. War games, that's a new one. That's where you can't win until every member of the team is in the ring, and there's 2 rings, like side by side, covered with a steel cage, like a Hell in a Cell, but 2 rings. It's mad. Last man standing, falls count anywhere, Iron Man submission, and no holds barred. But I think a no holds barred, anything goes, no disqualification, extreme rules. This is extreme. Defeat your opponent by any means necessary. What's the fucking difference? So them 2 matches are basically the same, but just with different names. So a no holds barred is an extremes rules match, really. I don't know what the difference is there. But like, this is the footage of the island I was telling you about. This is where you're just running around like a daft cunt trying to find whoever you're looking for. Like, you can see at the bottom how I'm bronze. I'm on level 3. Look at him. He's on level 23. And he's 82 overall. I'm level 3, 74 overall. You can press triangle to look at your phone messages. You can press down to... I forgot what that does now. That you press down, it does something. But when you press up, you just do your emojis. Up, left, right. They're your emojis. These other people, like them 2 standing in front of us, they're just NPCs. That guy with the 23 and 82, he's obviously another person playing online. But can you see how it's just... There's no, like, map or radar or anything like that. And if you look, there's, like, tough wear to the left. Or just see that little booth there with a jacket spinning around inside. That's where you go if you want to change your moves, or if you want to change... your the way you look. But as you come out of here, you can see all these different shops in the different areas that you've got to keep searching around. And again, like, see the quest at the top, find our truth inside the arcade of tomorrow. So you've just got to run around and look for the arcade of tomorrow, and then go inside and then find our truth. So you spend a lot of time just running around until you can get the layout of the place and remember where you need to go. But there's like different themed wrestling, there's different themed wrestlers shops, so like Rey Mysterio sells face paints and stuff like that, and you can go inside them shops and you can buy stuff with your currencies and stuff like that. There, look, your truth wear. It's like they've all got different shops, so you've just got to get your bearings and run around and try and realise where you need to go. It was just frustrating for me. I didn't really like it. I thought they could have made it a bit more user-friendly. like have an arrow at the top of the screen, at least just pointing the way you need to go, or give you an option for a map, like I said, or have a little radar in the corner, something like that. I don't know. It's a shame because they've like spent time, obviously building all of this stuff, so they should at least have a little like pointer telling you which way to go. So then when you do find the arcade of tomorrow, you come inside, and then it just loads you inside the interior of the building, and then there's R-Truth there, and then you can have matches, and you actually fight inside those robot costumes, and you have matches against other wrestlers dressed in like the cosplay stuff, and it's just like another angle to the one player mode basically. So you've got My Rise, you've got the island, you've got my universe, which is fully customizable, championships and everything. That's another thing. You can create your own belts, you can create your own videos, you can create your own what else was there, your own arenas. Like there's loads of customizable stuff extra that you can do. So there's like My Rise, My Universe, the island for solo content. So if you don't play with people online like me, I mean, I'm never on the same time as my friends. I'm always on first thing in the morning or late at night, so they're never really on the same time as me. So there's a lot of like single player content here if you're worried about the longevity of the game. And the weekly towers are still coming out while it's still 2025, so you've still got time to catch up and do those because they're on like week 48 or something. So that's it really. If you like the look of it, I would probably wait until, because it'll probably be full price again now, but wait until it comes out for free, because it'll probably be free to download at some point, depending on what PlayStation Plus tier you've got, but either way you'll still be able to get it. But if you like the wrestling and you haven't played it yet, then I would definitely get it. It's worth getting if you're a fan of the wrestling as well. So that's it. So yeah.